Again, let us proceed with the concept of geography from where we ended at the first tutorial in the series of Form 1 Geography Studies. And for the case of today, let us proceed with the branches of geography. Now we know that geography is having many studies, and it is broad and very wide. We are having many disciplines related to geography. We can find soil science being among the branch of science of geography. Also, we may find the discipline of geology, tourism, we may find agriculture, we may find a lot of discipline being related to geography. But all in all, all of these disciplines are grouped into three major categories, and these are what we call it branches of geography. The first branch of geography is about physical geography, and this is known as physical geography. The second one is known as human geography, sometimes known as economic geography, and also it is also even known as regional geography. And also we are having practical geography, the minor branch among the three. It is a minor branch of geography, and we'll come and discuss later what is it and what is all concerning about. Let us begin with physical geography. This is a broad branch of geography, usually concerning with the study of natural physical environment. This a natural physical environment, and so long as we have covered the categories of environment, we used to say that we are having human environment and we are having physical environment. So all environment which is concerning with physical aspect of geography, that is all that is within the physical geography. So we may find things like land formation processes, all features concerning about geomorphology of the earth, that is within the physical geography. Also weather together with climate. Also, this discipline usually studies all natural features of the earth, including mountains, including valleys, including plains, including rocks, water bodies, vegetation, and many others which occur naturally on the Earth's surface. They are all within the branch of physical geography. Some of the field which are related to physical geography, we may find a lot of them. One of them is geology, which usually study about the origin, structure, and even the composition of the earth, and usually includes the study of rocks. That's why we may find some books, some reference books do define geology as the study of rocks. But generally, geology usually study the origin, the structure, and even the composition of the earth itself. Another discipline related to physical geography is petrology. This is the upcoming discipline in the study of physical geography, which usually study the rocks and the condition under which they are formed. This is petrology. Also, we are having geomorphology, broad discipline in the study of physical geography, which usually study the internal and external land forming processes. So we may find several land forms which are formed and molded on the Earth's surface. Some are we can see them with our own naked eyes, including mountains, hills, and something like that. They are within the discipline of geomorphology and the broad category of physical geography. Also, we are having climatology, and this is also a field of study in the physical geography, which usually studies climate of different regions on the Earth's surface. Also, we are having meteorology, which usually deal with the study of weather condition of a place. We are having, this is so potential because weather forecasting and something like that cannot be accurate if we were not good in meteorology. Another is pedology, is one among the study of physical geography, which usually study the soil and the nature of soil, the type of soil, and the way we can classify soil based on different criteria and something like that. That within the study of pedology. Also, another discipline related to physical geography is the biogeography. This usually studies the soils, vegetation, and animals. That's why we call it bio. Bio means organism. So we call it biogeography because it usually studies living organisms and how these organisms are affected by soil and the nature of the environment, something like that. Another discipline in the study of physical geography is hydrology, which usually studies water bodies, the distribution of water on the Earth's surface. We may find water vapor, or the water, no matter is found in air, on the surface, underground, but if it is water, then the discipline which is studied, we call it hydrology. Also, we are having hydrogeology. This usually study about the water which is found underground, water which is found under the ground, the distribution, the movement. So usually this discipline is much used by engineers who prefer drilling the boreholes and something like that. So they have to understand the nature and how the nature of underground water and the way they can tap water, and underground water can be tapped and something like that. So the discipline which deal with it, we call it hydrology, hydrogeology. Spatial geography. Spatial geography, this is a study of space and how geographical phenomena are interconnected from one another. This is spatial. When we say spatial, we are talking about the space. There are several geographical phenomena found in the space on the Earth's surface. But how do these geographical phenomena interconnected from one another? So you may find that the presence of one geographical phenomena results into the presence of another geographical phenomena. They are interconnected. So the discipline which do start this aspect is what we call it spatial geography. Also, we are having astronomy. Astronomy is a discipline of physical geography. This is a scientific study. We normally study the universe, the study of heavenly bodies, study of the space, the outer space, the presence of stars, planets, and the sun, and all heavenly bodies are studied with astronomy. Also, we are having the second broad category or branch of geography. This is known as human geography, sometimes known as economic geography, or you may find it being called regional geography. But what is this? Human economy. So economic activities practiced by human beings are within this category. So this is usually concerned with the study of people and their activities on the Earth's surface. It covers the following field of study. So something you have to understand is that all human activities are under this category of geography. And any activities done by human beings like mining, agriculture, transportation, urban planning and settlement, demography, a study of human population, also wildlife and tourism, fishing, industry, that is manufacturing, and energy, and many others are within human and economic activities. All activities done by human beings in order to sustain their life, they are within the category of human and economic geography, or sometimes known as regional geography. We call it regional geography because there are some activities found in a certain place, but they are not found in other region. You may find that some activities, such as agriculture, are practiced in a certain region, but are not practiced in another region. That's why we call it regional geography, because they are peculiar. The third branch of geography, we call it practical geography. As I used to say earlier, a minor branch of geography is normally smaller. It is actually a smaller branch of geography which actually equips the learner with practical skills that enhance the understanding and interpretation of human and physical information. So this branch of geography usually equips the learner with skills, practical skills of doing measurement and even reading maps and photography. Through reading maps and photography, a learner can get knowledge and understand what is going on. That's why we call it practical geography. Measurement like a survey and even research which involve practical skills in doing. That's why we call it practical geography. This branch of geography covers the following field of study. We may find statistics. Statistics, issues related to summarization of large quantity of data using numbers, that is within statistics, is within practical geography. Also, geographical information system, we call it GIS, and even map works. You may find maps, you may query, you may even create maps using this geographical information system, and even get information through GIS and even map works. because it involves practical skills, that's why we call it practical geography. Also, we're having survey, as I used to say, measurement, like linear measurement of angles, through measuring different geographical phenomena. It just involves practical skills. So if you are not well in skills of measurement, you cannot even obtain data. That's why we just say that this is practical geography, because it involves doing. We are also even having remote sensing and photograph works. The discipline of getting information, distant information, while you are at a far distance, you can obtain information without intact with those information. So like in photography, the use of satellite, you can obtain information which are found on the Earth's surface and even in the space through remote sensing and the photograph works. Also, we are having research as one among the discipline of practical geography. So you can go and collect data in the field, analyze them, and even get information of what is going on the geographical area. So all of these just involve doing. So you have to do, and then you get geographical data or information. This is all about branches of geography, but something you have to know, to put it in mind. Nowadays there are more than 30 professions that has geography as a basis. So if you are not aware with geography, that I'm studying geography, but who am I going to be? So you can understand through this topic and understand that maybe I'm going to be someone else, maybe a pilot, maybe anywhere, because we are having more than 30 professions that can equip you and mold you to be someone else at the future time. We are having hydrology as one among the profession. We are having geology. We are having petrology. We are having urban planning. We are having geographic information system. We are having remote sensing. We are having photogrammetry. We are having environmental impact assessment. And we are also having cartography. We are having surveying. We are having pedology. We are having climatology. We are having meteorology. We are having demography. We are having statistics. We are having surveying. We are having research. We are having aviation and many others. So you can become someone through the study of geography. So you can see geography is a broad and having very potentials in our life, because if you want to become someone else in the future times, depending on your interest, you can be through the study of geography. If you want to be a pilot, you want to be someone else through the study of geography, then you can be. Now that is all about the branches and disciplines of geography. Now, you might be asking yourself that maybe geography is useless. No, I cannot start this because studying about the earth, how is it going to help me in the future? So maybe it is useless. I can even not study this subject because it is having no any usefulness to in my life. But something I have to understand is that geography is very crucial in our life, and many professions we are having today are having geography related skills. Let us see the importance of studying geography. Maybe you can be aware with the subject and abandon those bad ideas you are thinking. One of the importance of geography that it can help us to provide skills of observing, measuring, recording, and even interpreting phenomena. Remember, we are having minor branch of geography. We are having known as practical geography, which equips students or learners with practical skills that can help him or her in doing different activities to obtain geographical information that can help him or her. Also, we are having geography can help us to understand the interaction between one country and another, and even share idea of solving problems. Remember, geography, we are having regional geography. That is branch of geography. In such a way that you may find some activities being better practiced in one region on the Earth's surface than in other regions. But the knowledge of that region can be diffused to another region through interaction. But this can mold even the economy of another region through the help of the previous region, because of being good in a certain kind of activities. That is what we are trying to say. We may learn how to solve problems, environmental hazards of a certain region by sharing an interaction. That is the help of geography. Also, geography can help us even to gain knowledge of employment opportunities. Remember, we are having the problem of unemployment today, especially in our country. I'm talking about Tanzania, because many people are now having are not employed somewhere, and they are not even employing themselves because they are lacking some skills of employment. But through studying geography, there are so many opportunities can rise, like through knowing the natural resources we have, and even the energy and the power we have. You may find some people being employed themselves to produce charcoal and fuel wood and something like that, and even afford some man that can help them to sustain their life. That is the knowledge obtained from studying geography. Also, geography can help us to understand aspects of weather and climate and how they can affect the environment. For example, through the study of geography, we can understand the weather condition, the atmospheric condition of the area. If this condition helpful in developing some economic activities, or what? Can I grow some kind of crops based on this climate or this aspect of weather? So all of these can help us to understand which activity, and even to plan activity to conduct it, because of the understanding about the aspect of weather of a particular place and even the climate. Also, the next usefulness of studying geography is that we can get a basis for specialization in career. Let's say, for example, I'm expecting to be a cartographer. I cannot be a cartographer if I'm not studying geography. I can be climatologist or meteorologist or someone else. So you can see, geography, through studying geography, we can mold some specialization career which can help us to be someone else in the future time. Also, the next thing, usefulness or value of studying geography is that it develops knowledge about natural resources such as land, forestry, mineral deposits, wild animals, water, and the others. So the knowledge about the natural resources can be very crucial in our life, because if you understand the potential of your area, then you can find a way to exploit those potentials. But you cannot understand the potentials found in your locality without this study. So you can see how geography is so crucial in our life. Also, geography can help us to be aware of our heritage and even appreciate our nature. What I'm trying to say here, we are living in the environment, and the environment is the heritage we are talking, and that's the nature we are talking. The forest, having forest in our locality, having minerals, having water bodies, they are just nature that can help us. If we conserve them, we manage them, we utilize them wisely, they can help us. And even in the future times, the future generation can understand that our ancestors used it to preserve and used it to manage these available resources. That's why they are found even today. So they can even proceed with the process of like what the ancestors did the last time. Also, it helps us to gain skills of utilizing the available resource. We can obtain skills. We can have many resources, but lacking skills of utilizing them. But through the help of studying geography, then we can have ability of utilizing the available resources. You may find some people do condemning every day that we are poor because of this and this and this, but unknowingly they in their locality there is so many resources that can help them just to alleviate the problem they are condemning. So, for example, we are having the problem of insufficient supply of energy and power, let's say electricity, to be used in homestead. But we are having so many the natural powers and the energy, like fuel wood, like wind, but knowing the way to utilize those resources can help them to avoid those problems. But also, geography helps us to know how different landforms are formed and modified. For example, you may be asking yourself, how mountains, let's say fault mountains, were formed? Why are these mountains being wrinkled? And something like that. But through the help of studying geography, you can find a process which helped you to form mountains. Rift Valley, for example. You might be asking yourself, how Rift Valley were formed, and so many other land forms. So through the study of geography, you can understand and be aware with what is going on. That is the importance of studying geography, and now I think you are aware with the discipline and how geography is so important in our life. But let us see the relationship between geography and the other subject. How geography relates with other subjects like science subject, history, civics, and even main discipline related to geography. Beginning with mathematics. Usually, mathematics do involve calculations, do involve numbers, and making different graphs and even charts. So mathematical techniques are used in drawing graphs. As we see in statistics, we cannot draw graphs without involving mathematical techniques, and even in charts, we cannot manage to construct and even to make charts without involving mathematical techniques. Also, mathematical formulae are used in geography just to calculate distances. You can obtain distances of one area, one point to another point, with the help of formulae, mathematical formulae. Likewise, the size of areas, we are talking about areas. We can obtain the area of farm, the area of water body, or the area of forest with the help of mathematical formulae. Together with population density, we can obtain population density and population size with the help of mathematical formulae. So mathematics are very close related to the study of geography, especially when it comes to practical geography. Likewise, that's why some reference books do call it mathematical geography as a discipline of geography, as a branch of geography, even if it falls under the category of practical geography. Let's say, for example, we find calculating let's say the annual range of temperature of a certain place, do involve mathematical skills. Also, you may find calculating the total annual rainfall of the specific area. You cannot find it if you are lacking mathematical skills. That's why we call it mathematics, is very closely related to the study of geography. Another discipline which is related to geography is history. History usually uses geographical tools. You may find that history do use mathematical skills to fulfill and even construct the charts, draw sketch maps showing different historical sites and even geological, archaeological sites, and so many skills obtained in geography can help historians in different ways. So we can locate the movement of people at the past time, how people moved from one place to another, showing routes and something like that on the sketch maps. But they are very close. So history can use geographical skills in such a way. Also, biology. Geography is also related with biology in such a way that the distribution of organisms and the factors influencing their distribution on the Earth's surface can be studied. So as we see, biology is just a study of living organisms, but it is related to geography in when it comes to distribution of these organisms. Why some organisms are found at the poles, others are found along the equator, others are found the savanna climate, and something like that. So we can find reasons why there is this distribution of these organisms. This is how geography is related with biology, because it even starts living organisms, but through the way they are dispersed here and there. Also, physics. Geography is also related with physics, and when it comes to physics principles. Geography usually actually uses physics principles in some instances, and even physics formulae, just to calculate and describe aspects such as magnetic field, gravity, vibration of the earth, and even using some of physics-made tools in making different geographical activities. For example, we cannot conduct land survey without using physics-made tools like taps, we can say we can just talk about the optical squares and aldehyde, which are made with physics principles. So we cannot separate geography from physics in such a way. Also, geography is related with chemistry when it applies chemistry in studying chemical composition. We know, for example, in the study of soil and rocks, we can just identify chemical composition of rock and help us just to understand what is within this rock, and even the fertility of the soil can be easily understood with the study of with the help of chemistry principles. The chemical composition, for example, we are studying even soil pH, the pH value, pH scale of the soil. We can understand easily the acidity and even alkalinity of the soil with the help of chemistry. And in this aspect, we can easily even say that this soil is so fertile because it is having this composition, mineral composition, and this and this and this. And that's why we call it soil chemistry, because we study it in geography, and we have to understand, because one among the components of the earth is soil. Soil is also one among the components of the earth. So in studying geography, we have to understand the chemistry principles and chemical composition that can help us to understand several aspects related to geography. Also, geography is also related with agriculture. And remember, agriculture is a human activity, and we are having one of the branch of geography known as human and economic geography. So it just studies agriculture, but agriculture is an independent discipline, because geography can study farming systems, the way we can till the land, how the best way, best technique of cultivation, We can even find the distribution and the factors affecting farming activities. So we can see, let's say, for example, livestock keeping is one among the branch of agriculture being affected by flies. So we can find the way through the help of geography. We can find the way of finding the best way of escaping from those problems and how to cure the flies and the problem affecting agriculture and livestock keeping. Also, geography is related with geology. Geography is related with geology when it studies rocks. Remember, geology is the study of rocks. So, in geography, we normally study the structure of the earth. So, within the structure of the earth, we just start several components of the earth. And one among the components of the earth is rocks. So when we study rocks, we are even interacting with the discipline of geology. Another discipline related to geography is meteorology. We know that meteorology is the study of weather, the study of weather condition. So geography usually uses meteorological information in the study of weather. We normally get information from geology, meteorology, and the climatology. So this information can help us just to start the weather condition of a particular place, and even help us to classify climatic regions and locate this place is having this type of climate, and this place is having this type of climate and this type of climate, but with the help of meteorology. So we can not exclude the study of geography from meteorology. So they are so close and interrelated. These are some of the disciplines related to the study of geography as we tried to discuss from the beginning. So you might be having several clues, several questions, but if you are having any question, you can just comment it and in our description channel. Then I will find a way to answer those questions. But if you are having any comment, if you are having any advice, any addition, you can even contact me. I have provided the number and even email, so you can find the way to interact with me. Don't hesitate to just ask a question, ask anything, then we can share. So this is the end of the first topic of geography in Form 1, and this is the concept and introduction to geography. So have a nice day, and don't hesitate, just subscribe my channel to get more update, and for everything, then you can get more knowledge and skills related to geography in my channel.